Shadowban 2025. Don't put China in your YouTube titles. Hello there. For those who don't know me, I'm Karnak. I'm a small creator on YouTube and this is my channel. I believe it's been Shadowbanned. This video is my documented evidence of what I believe is a Shadowban on my YouTube channel. Oh, what's this? A small creator complaining about no views. Get good, scrub. And that's what I call a based and red-pilled opinion. There are two wolves inside of you, and they're both jerks. So just to be clear, this video will be structured into 4 parts because I'm not trying to hide information to pad watch time, so I'll try to be as concise as possible. First, I'll describe how the YouTube algorithms work for small creators, what a Shadowban is, and how it's different to just being a small, no-view creator who can't make good thumbnails. Second, I'll present the evidence and graphs from my analytics that will hopefully show that I, myself, am Shadowbanned. And third, I'll go over a list of reasons that I and my friends have considered for why my Shadowban exists and debunk them. And lastly, I'll talk about the strategies for avoiding the situation and what I plan to do moving forward. Hopefully this video will serve as an informational for small creators, my friends, or anybody who might be considering making videos on YouTube. What this video is not. I'm not here to beg for sympathy, views, or engagement. I'm not going to sigh and beg for money or bemoan the fact that I'm a small creator. I am who I am, and my audience likes me for my authenticity and entertainment value. If I am correct, and YouTube has deranked my content artificially, then that is a concern for every YouTube creator. YouTube itself is under no obligation to push my content, host, or advertise me, but if they are going to treat me differently to others, they should at least inform me so that I can change my content strategy earlier, rather than have me believe that I can depend on their software. Also, if I've done something that YouTube doesn't like, I would really like to know what that thing is so that I can not do that thing in future and we can continue to have a good business relationship. Just to be super clear, there is no fundraising effort on my behalf. Do not give me money. Do not follow me because of this video. Follow me only if you find me organically and like my content. So first, the YouTube algorithm. How does the YouTube algorithm work? As a viewer would understand it, and as a creator would understand it. As a viewer, the way the YouTube algorithm works is actually by gently suggesting videos that are apparently related to your interests. For example, if you are looking into getting into fitness, you might watch fitness videos with people squatting or demonstrating how to do a back squat. If the creator of the fitness video used Kendrick Lamar in the background, YouTube might decide to surface more content with Kendrick's music as background music. Or it might also decide to surface some recent news about a guy called Kendrick Lamar and his long-standing quest to eat beef with somebody called Drake. Now, as a millennial VTuber who's mostly interested in Super Nintendo games and children's media from the 80s, I don't know what a Kendrick is or why he likes to eat beef with Drake. All I know is that for a little while, if you said Kendrick, Drake, or beef in your video, it acted like a magic power word to drive views to your channel. From a creator's standpoint, there's a little bit more information you get about your videos and their journey after you publish them. There are in fact 3 YouTube algorithms. Browse features, otherwise called the homepage. Search features, which governs what surfaces when you click the little box and type something in. And finally, suggested videos, which governs what YouTube shows you on the side panel when you're watching a video, or, for mobile users, the videos underneath the video you're watching. Now what YouTube wants to do is to maximize the amount of time users are watching your videos on the platform. To do this, it will show you content which it thinks suits your sentiments, tastes, and opinions. If you watch a lot of angry content, for example, it will show you more angry content. If you want cute cat videos, it will show you more. If you watch cute VTubers, it will show you more. YouTube does not care about your political opinions, or whether the content is disgusting or upsets a majority of people. It only cares if it can surface your video to people who will click on it, watch it for an average or above average amount of time for that person, and engage with it. The way YouTube tracks all of this is through 2 metrics: click-through rate and watch time. So how does YouTube find a creator's audience? Well, after posting the video, YouTube will analyze the video and all of its related SEO material. That is, the title, the thumbnail, the posting channel, the description, and the transcript. and it will use all of that to test your video against the cohorts of people called audiences. The first audience you get will be the people who usually watch your content. If the video does well to engage them, that is, it's got a high CTR and high watch time, then the video is successful and will be surfaced to the next audience. If YouTube finds an audience for some of your older videos, it will decide to start testing that old video against new people, which is why, for example, a 16-year-old video of a man playing Yoshi's athletic theme can randomly hit millions and millions of views years after publication. Rest in peace, Tom Breyer. When YouTube shows your video to somebody, that action is called an impression. Right now, if you look at the sidebar of this video, you'll see multiple creators getting an impression of my video. If you click any of these videos, that creator's click-through rate will increase, and that creator will get a view from your click via the suggested videos algorithm. If you then watch that video, you'll be giving that creator some watch time on that particular video. So one way to understand the audience testing system is that every new video is given a certain budget of free impressions, which is spent as YouTube surfaces your video to others. To get more impressions, simply post more videos, get more engagement, and move audiences to come and watch you and click on your videos. Every click you get and every second watched gives more to your budget, which is then spread across your most popular videos, which the algorithm then spends on your behalf, advertising your best videos to more users. With over 2 billion users on the platform and over 1 million videos uploaded daily, it's important to get as many impressions as possible, as you can well imagine. Now obviously it is possible to buy impressions from YouTube, which is basically how YouTube and Facebook advertising works. You buy a bunch of impressions on your content, and then you watch as your impression budget runs down to zero. YouTube says it's done its job, and better luck next time if it didn't work. Thanks for the money, chum. Now, what is the difference between a creator or a particular video that's been shadow banned and a no-view Andy who's just complaining about small view counts and engagement? Well, a no-view Andy, or any creator for that matter, is still eligible to have their videos surfaced in the YouTube algorithm. That is, they are still eligible to get impressions for free from one or all of the 3 algorithms that I've mentioned. A shadow ban, on the other hand, can happen to creators who are either big or small. This doesn't matter about channel size. You can be a no-view Andy and you can also be shadow banned at the same time, which is what I believe happened to me. Now, if you want to see this for yourself, what you want to do is go to YouTube Studio, Analytics, Content, and then click on Live or Videos. You'll see your impressions there and information about how your viewers found your content. Here you can see mine, where Channel Pages is my top, and then Browse Features, other YouTube features, and then YouTube Search are my top impressions. And this nets me 6.5k free impressions across my entire channel in the last 28 days. If you can see that you're getting impressions from a variety of YouTube sources, then congratulations, you are not shadow banned. You're fine. And just keep grinding, making videos, experiment, and post more content, figure out what your audience likes and give it to them, and good luck. I'll see you at the top when we hit 1 million subscribers together. So that's how the YouTube algorithm works and what a shadow ban is. Now we're up to the second part of this video, where I'll attempt to demonstrate my own shadow ban, and why I am a special, unique snowflake being held down by the man, rather than just another obnoxious influencer trying to bait for sympathy and clicks. In other words, this is the part of the video where I say, here are the receipts. Before I get into it, if you doubt the veracity of any of the screenshots I'm about to show you, please let me direct you to a live stream I did on this channel called Shadowban Party, where I used YouTube's own software to live on stream to go over the same graphs. I'll leave it up to your directive to fact check any claims that I'm making here. Firstly, let's bring up this screenshot of my live stream impressions in the last 28 days. As you can see, I got 4,000 impressions total with a CTR of about 3.2%. Nothing is apparently wrong. Now, if we were to zoom out to 90 days, we see a typical YouTube story. The more active you are on the platform, the more impressions you get. After a small hiatus from YouTube streaming, I came back in May to give YouTube another go. Nothing is obviously wrong here. But if you were to zoom out again, to see the 365-day view, you can see something is obviously amiss. Compared to a year ago, my impressions are completely flat. In fact, if we look at a year-on-year analysis, in 2024 I received 778,000 impressions across the calendar year, and in 2025 so far I've only received 12,500. That's a 97% drop in impressions year on year. Even if you take into account the fact we're only halfway through the 2025, I'm still more than 300,000 impressions behind where I ought to be if this were June last year. If we look at videos instead of live streams, we can see that last year I received 316,000 impressions in 2024 compared to 12.6k impressions so far this year. We also see that impressions on both videos and live stopped around the same time in October. Now, if we were to head over to advanced charting and set the filters to impressions by traffic source, and then set the granularity to weekly, we get an even clearer graph of the drop-off. Now let's dig a little bit deeper and see if we can prove that something has changed. If we set our filter to 2024 and look at how viewers found my streams, what we'll see is that almost half of my traffic came from suggested videos. That is, a majority of the traffic came from the algorithm where I'm being suggested in the side panel of somebody else's video. If we set our filter to 2025 however and look at the same card, we can see that suggested videos is not even on the card. So I'm still getting impressions, but only from my current audience who have me on their homepage, or if I use a search term in the title. I am not, apparently, eligible to be on somebody else's video page as a suggested video anymore. If we click on the suggested videos pill, we see that suggested videos is responsible for only 1% of my traffic now, and that the 4 or 5 people that this represents were only suggested by videos off of my own content. If you're thinking, well, 22%'s a lot, remember that 22% of 1% only amounts to about 5 people for a channel of my size. That's 5 people out of the 2.5 billion users of YouTube. To be clear, this live stream from 2024 called PR Na 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 No is a stream where I sit there practicing piano and not interacting with chat. It received more impressions than my entire catalogue of videos and live streams in 2025. Suggested videos is responsible for almost 60% of that traffic. On the other hand, this live stream from 2025 called AE Summerfest Meet New Friends Snowy VT is a stream where I play Minecraft in Cozy SMP, an SMP with an engaged, established audience that likes me. It has a hyperactive title, which is normal for the space, is a popular game and genre, and includes custom thumbnail art. It was not suggested even once by YouTube on any video on the platform. Most of the traffic came from the 4 or 5 people that liked me enough to have me on their YouTube homepage. Now I can click on any video after or before October 2024 and you'll see the same pattern. Before October, I am in suggested videos, and after October, I am not. The steep shape of the weekly graph suggests that this is something that was suddenly turned off, or some sort of intervention took place. To be clear, I doubt that this was a human intervention. I rather think that this is some sort of flag set by some machine learning algorithm or AI, but I have no proof. Either way, having my channel and content be ineligible for suggested videos is devastating for the growth on YouTube's platform. Suggested videos is the most common and most powerful way for users to find your video. When a user is on YouTube, they are watching videos. When they are watching videos, they are getting impressions from suggested videos. So what I'm saying is that my Shadowban means I will never appear next to somebody else's video again, until something changes. It's not clear, and it hasn't been explained to me what I would need to do to be eligible once more. I have broken no community guidelines. There are no content flags that I'm aware of on my channel. However, I will still be on homepage. I will still be on search. I will still get views from my audience. But my budget for suggested videos has been hard set to 0. This means that I'll still get views and impressions, making me believe that I am not in fact Shadowbanned when I am. The overall effect of this is to effectively make me invisible to the YouTube community, meaning that my channel will never grow, my current audience will naturally cycle out, and one day I will get bored and stop posting. Hopefully by now, I've established to you that I've been removed, or at least that I'm unable, to service my content in the suggested videos feature of YouTube. The next natural question is, why? Maybe if we can establish a reason, or something I'm doing wrong, I can stop complaining and go back to making videos. And just to be clear, I don't want to make an I was Shadowbanned off YouTube 2025 video. What I'd rather do is play video games and meme with my audience. This kind of video is not my usual content, it's not good for my content, and it's not good for my channel. For this section, I've listed out a bunch of reasons, ordered from least likely to most likely, of why I may or may not have been banned from YouTube. Okay, number 1, least likely. Someone at YouTube hates me. Now, I'm a no-name unmonetized streamer. It would be amazing to me if anyone at YouTube even knows that I exist. Number 2. My political opinions are dangerous or conspiratorial. This is simply not true. I would say that politics makes up probably about 0.001% of my total runtime, and that my political opinions, when I do voice them, are traditional milquetoast conservatism. I do not state bombastic, hurtful, or obnoxious beliefs. I do not go on constant political tirades. Number 2.5. As a corollary, perhaps instead of political opinions, I've been deranked because of my foul language, the violence in my content, or sexual themes, or the usage of slurs or gamer words. Now, while I am an enjoyer of the odd gamer word, it's not nearly frequent or severe enough to warrant this sort of reaction. Any gamer worse than Bob Ross would be cut out of the algorithm before me, if this were the case. Number 3. My behavior off-platform, specifically on Twitter or X. So late in 2024 and early 2025, I was having an emotional crisis due to various events in my life, and I started fighting with people a lot on Twitter. This was well after my Shadowban, so it's not related to the Shadowban. Even then, I'm no longer a Twitter creator, so if my Twitter account was the reason for my Shadowban, I would be back on suggested videos because my Twitter account is now gone. Number 3 again, because I can't write numbers properly. I post drama content. My first drama video was in early November 2024, which was after my Shadowban. Number 4. YouTube software is just bad. Google's market cap is $2.17 trillion USD, with almost 200,000 employees. If YouTube software is still bad, given the amount of investment Google has in the largest video sharing network on the planet, then frankly we're all doomed. I'll see you on the other side of the apocalypse. I believe that whatever has changed with my channel has been changed by design with intention. Number 5. My content is bad. First of all, fuck you, I know. And second, my earliest still public 2021 livestream was titled Meme Driven Reunion, We're Back, with scuffed audio, microphone problems, and unrelated art from Macross to advertise it. Nobody knows what meme driven development is or what we're back from, but still it somehow received 1,000 impressions and features in suggested videos. So what I'm saying here is, my content may well be bad, but even when my content was worse than it is today, I was getting suggested video impressions. Number 6. I don't post consistently, or a failure to innovate, or I post all the same stuff. In the last 365 days, I've posted 162 live streams, 59 videos, and 75 shorts. This was across a variety of both popular and niche games, including League of Legends, live music, Minecraft, and Duke Nukem. I've done collabs and single-player videos. I've done Doom Eternal, and many other games. I've also done drama, video essays, and game reviews. The only thing predicting whether or not I'm in suggested videos is the date, whether it was pre-October 2024 or post-October 2024. This is the only discerning factor of whether I was in suggested videos or not. Number 7. I don't know my niche. My niche is retro games, classical music, gaming challenges, and male VTubers. I post that niche consistently and retain my small audience that likes it. The problem is not that I'm not getting views. The problem is that I'm not being suggested to new audience members. Number 8. My presentation, VTuber model, game selection, or audio is bad. Everything has improved since 2023. There is not one thing today that is worse than last year when I was in the suggested feed. Number 9. My thumbnails have changed or deteriorated in quality. I would say that my thumbnails are equivalent or better than they were. I use custom art, I use emotes, I use bold text to stand out. While I'm not claiming that my thumbnails are the best, I will say that I have videos before the Shadowban date that were getting suggested even without any thumbnail at all. Number 10. There is some channel feature that I'm not using. I am using all channel features. I have playlists, I have tags, I have SEO on the channel, I have channel description, I have posts, I do unlisted to public postings, I have a channel location, I have video tags, I have custom video descriptions, although they could be more custom, but come on. I do thumbnail A/B testing. Number 11. My channel is too old. YouTube has exhausted the audience and I'm at the total addressable market, or the TAM. While it might be the case that everyone who's found me has decided that they hate me, I find the idea hard to believe in a platform population of 2 billion people. New people come into my stream on Twitch all the time and have good interactions with me. There are plenty of VTubers in the space, entertaining and retaining audience. I don't believe I'm at TAM because most people don't have an opinion on me. If I were at TAM, then most people would say that they either hate me or that they like me. Number 12. I'm not competitive in my niche, or my niche is oversaturated. This may or may not be true as a matter of fact, but I think it's unrelated. If the reason I'm not being suggested is that I don't have competitive quality to other male VTubers, what I would expect to see is that while I am being suggested, my views are still low. I would not expect to see that YouTube would fail to suggest me. The fact that YouTube is not suggesting me at all implies something other than competitive edge is responsible. Livestream VODs. Number 13. Livestream VODs don't generally get traction. This behavior that I'm noticing is across both live streams and videos, and my live streams before the Shadowban date were fine being suggested. If it were the case that this is an organic drop-off, why does the weekly chart look like a cliff? One week I am being suggested and the next week I am not. Number 14. My content is not searchable. My best video in recent months was Cinder Did Nothing Wrong, and it was a topical video on a controversial topic, and all of the views came specifically from YouTube search. It was not suggested even once on someone else's video page. Not even on Mugen's video, Cinder is a psychopath. Number 15. My content contains copyright music, karaoke, or I have the music creator's curse. So firstly on this one, why does the Shadowban apply to my whole channel if this is the case? Secondly, I only did karaoke after I was Shadowbanned. And third, I use copyright music in older videos without issue. It might be that YouTube took ages to tell me, but why so long? And why not actually tell me this is the issue? I'll just fix it if they tell me, as I normally do with copyright issues. Number 16. I'm not creating content specifically for YouTube. Or in other words, I use Restream. Well, I do make content for YouTube, I'm just not primarily a YouTube exclusive creator. I use Restream and edited stream summaries to supplement my body of work. This strategy hasn't changed from 2024, and yet I was able to get impressions back then. In any case, If it's the fact that YouTube is detecting Restream and Twitch content and quietly banning it, I think every creator ought to know about this because that would be a massive deal breaker for larger creators. 17. My CTR or watch time is not high enough for YouTube to recommend my content. With the small audience I have now, my CTR is reaching up to 14% or higher on some videos, and my retention is somewhere between 30 and 50%. This is more than enough for YouTube to give me impressions on new test audiences. Also, my audience is very small, but they are also very dedicated, and they consistently like, comment, and engage with my videos that I post, as well as liking the livestream VODs when they see it. Shout out to MB4Rec, Emmy, Cabot, and Dendro. You guys are awesome. You keep me going. To the 30 plus people I didn't mention here, please understand, I gotta look after my runtime in this video. It's already pretty long. I'll do a video where I just say people's usernames for the entire video next time, okay? Members only. Oh shit, but I can't get monetized. Oh no. Anyway. So now that we're through all of the reasons that I think are not the reason, we'll move on to what I think are the 3 most likely reasons that there is a Shadowban on my channel. Number 18. I privated my most popular video. In February 2024, I made a video called Catboy Discovers the Secret of Why Women Sleep with Bums, where I made fun of a creator named Casey Zander. I still stand by the video. Mr. Zander is a goofy goober who's ripping off his audience of vulnerable lonely men, in my opinion. I privated the video sometime late last year because it's my old model, and because I didn't want my subscribers to get confused by my old content and the old look when they find my newly minted Karnak channel. If this is the reason for my Shadowban, it's actually crazy. How am I supposed to get serviced by the algorithm and find new audience, if the rule is that I must keep my most popular videos public? It doesn't make sense to me. YouTube should just give me impressions on my most popular currently public videos. Number 19. I was hacked, and this is a safety measure. During my investigation, I went into my Google account and found a mysterious number from Indonesia that I didn't recognize. I immediately removed it in a panic so I don't have proof of the number existing. If it's the case that YouTube doesn't trust my identity and that's why I've been shadowbanned for 9 months, then hey, fair enough. I fixed it, so please come back. Unshadowban me. Of course, nothing has happened in this last week to suggest that that removing the number has fixed anything, so I can't know. Also, the hack didn't apparently damage me in any way, so hooray for me for my OPSEC, I guess. I didn't lose any money, hooray! Number 20, and the reason that I think it is. A particular video flagged the Shadowban. In the month of October, there was only one particular video that stood out from among the rest. It was an old Iron Man XCOM Let's Play called Iron Man XCOM Let's Play, China Has Betrayed Us. Now the title isn't clickbait. That was something that happened during the game. XCOM is a game where countries of the world might betray humanity to join the aliens in the alien invasion. If it's the case that this title got me shadowbanned, it's a bit of a joke and we're back at YouTube software is bad. I've used tongue-in-cheek political titles before and not had action taken against me. It might be particularly sensitive because Chinese-US relations are particularly sensitive right now. It might be because at the 0.001% of my content having politics was too much. I don't know and I can't know. If you search my channel now, the video is titled I'm sorry YouTube, please recommend me again. But after a 9-month shadowban, I'm pretty sure I'm completely cooked in the algorithm. As a side note, there's some sort of bug in my analytics at the moment where that VOD surfaces to the top, no matter what filter I put in. It's almost like the page is somehow stuck in October. And this is further evidence to me that this video is somehow responsible and that the shadowban in October is actually in effect. And this is the reason, or whatever's behind this screen bug is also behind the reason for my shadowban. So with all that being said, what am I going to do? Ultimately, as I said, This video exists to be a collection of lessons learned and a record of the situation. Don't put China in your titles and don't get hacked. As far as I know right now, this channel is completely toast. Nothing I do will get me out of the Shadow Realm and back into the YouTube service world. I did notice, however, that there's a mysterious new channel which has a distinctly similar vibe to mine, and it only appeared this week. With only 2 shorts posted to it, it seems that even with that small library, that channel has already surpassed an entire year's worth of views on my channel. And to be honest, the guy seems like a really cool guy with great energy. Just to be clear, I'm not associated with that Google account or that creator, I just happened to come by him the other day. Now, hypothetically speaking, actually, starting a new channel with a new Google account seems like a good idea. I can start fresh with a clean library, my content can be consistent from start to finish, and I can entertain my audience with a few shorts per week, live streaming Monday to Friday, and maybe some edited streams, game reviews, and long-form essays on things that might piss me off. Of course, this is all just a hypothetical on what I might do. Now, as a reminder, if you find my content through this video, please don't follow me or that other guy. This video is not indicative of mine nor his content, and I prefer to gather audience organically rather than through a stupid Shadowban video. I would prefer, to be clear, not to make this video at all. In my ideal world, my old YouTube channel would just work, as I expect, and I would happily post my little audience forever, trusting that the algorithm will one day surface my content to others. In any case, YouTube is apparently refusing to surface my content. That's one thing that is for sure, and my strategy will have to change as a result of that. Now, to leave you with a thought, let me just say this. It is not our victories which define us, but the adversities that we face. Probably Marcus Aurelius or something. And finally, I have this Mr. Incredible meme for you. Reaching 1 million subscribers on a gaming channel, as a VTuber, as a male VTuber, without doing lewd content, while Shadowbanned. Wish me luck. And with that, my name's Karnak VT, I'm a cat from ancient Egypt, and I'll see you somewhere else, I guess.